And now it's time for our special guests. Mike Freeborg and Dave Asser have discovered the secret to indulging and eating treats without any guilt. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, their shop, Mike and Dave's in New York City, you can have any flavor of Nice Cream, which is a non-dairy soft serve from whole frozen fruit bases. Let's take a look. Everyone, please give a warm Bill Brunch welcome to Mike and Dave. Guys, thank you so much for being here. And I want to give some background. So like a month ago, my friend Will is like, oh, let's go to this new place, Mike and Dave's. And I just moved back to New York. Like, what are you talking about? And I walk in, and I meet you, and I learn about this incredible invention. I mean, I love ice cream. I wish I could eat it every day. And this is Nice Cream, which is like healthy ice cream. So I could eat as much as I want and not feel bad about it. So it's honestly a gift, like literally a miracle. And can you guys explain where this idea came from and how you got all of that started?
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually felt the same way about ice cream that you do. Yeah. And we felt really bad every time we did it. We spend the week taking care of ourselves, waking up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to go exercise. Even when one of us doesn't, the other one's like, I mean, are you coming or not? Right. And it kind of always makes you go. But at the end of the night, you know, that's when the naughty ice cream cravings hit. It's never like at the most convenient time in the middle of the day when you should have it. So we needed a way to fix this problem for ourselves. And for a little while, this is the biggest like ex-froyo like recovering junkie in the world.
I'm still recovering.
Of course. You're still recovering. Yeah. But you know, when you look at the macronutrients of it, it's just no fiber, lots of sugar, chemicals, powdered milk. I mean, your body doesn't do anything with that. Spikes your insulin. So we played in the kitchen for a long time with lots of different things that we would be happy eating. And little by little, we whittled down the things that worked, didn't work. I've made Mike eat a lot of disgusting things. A lot. For every amazing thing on our menu, there's 2 that Mike has had to suffer through.
That's so
funny.
So
when you say Nice Cream, you mean you took all the calories out of it, right?
Well, not that nice.
No, okay.
So that's what we kind of wanted to break with this. Calories are a measure of energy expenditure and nothing else. They're not the end-all, be-all of what's healthy and what's not. And you know, companies have figured out ways to pump things full of sugar because they're 4 calories per gram and fats are 9. So you can really 7 or 9. Sorry, I'm all jumbled up right now. It's easy if you suck the fat out of something or the fiber or the good stuff out of something and pump it with sugar to have a low calorie number. And when you go to do the work the next morning, you've cheated your body out of a lot of gas that you need to work, focus in the morning, or exercise. So it just means better ingredients.
So what is in the ice cream?
It's literally whole frozen fruits. So we take like, you know, we have strawberries, cherries, blueberries, raspberries, you name it. Banana, which is definitely our most big.
You were being polite for too long.
Yeah.
Just get into it.
Carry on, I'm just
And what we do is we have these big blending machines in our store with these high-powered drills, and we put the frozen fruits in with it, with your toppings, your mix-ins, we blend them all together. So they end up sitting up like a ice cream or a soft serve, and they still have that same creamy consistency. But again, they're just much better for you. And you know, part of our goal when we're creating, and David creates all the blends. I mean, he's amazing at it.
Wow, good job.
And we strive to keep all of our blends under 30 grams of sugar total. I mean, we've had like special ones that go above to be a little bit treatier for those people that don't care as much. But for the most part, like all of our blends with everything in it are 30 grams less of sugar.
So you guys sound like you're really into like the gym.
Well, we go to the same gym.
I thought this was going to be more of an ice cream conversation, but you guys are like, we just want to go to the gym.
Well, I mean, we grew up playing sports. I mean, I'm a basketball player. I grew up playing basketball my whole life. Dave's a wrestler, and when we moved out to San Francisco, we sort of, out there, we started to pair like the nutrition aspect side of things, at least for me, with my workouts.
The West Coast would do that to you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Everyone is
They're
like,
light years ahead of us.
Light years ahead of the East Coast. So healthy over
It's
there.
really
Yeah,
crazy.
but you guys look ripped.
Yeah.
we got to work out this morning before we came.
Yeah, no, honestly, I've been to the gym right over there, and I walked right to Mike and Dave's after we get that muscle recovery one.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect post-gym snack.
we eat it every day.
With protein, with everything
Sorry,
in it.
I
Like,
just
great.
need to get
This
it
is
out.
so good.
So wait, what's your favorite ice cream or ice cream?
The flavor, the cherry muscle recovery by far.
Is that
that's-
cherry one?
No, these are actually our ice cream sandwiches.
Oh,
So-
banana.
yeah, that one's banana.
I
The
have a
other one
strawberry.
is a ginger oat cookie with a strawberry cheesecake filling.
By the way, you guys don't have any allergies,
Do you guys have
right?
girlfriends?
I do, but he's single.
He's single.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Mikey's single.
He's single and he
You
has
guys are
muscles
awesome,
and he makes
though.
ice cream.
Wow.
It works for me.
And you guys are best friends, like
Yeah.
been lifelong best
Yeah,
friends, right?
since we're
So
15.
how-
So is that one of the reasons why you're single, you think? No, I'm joking.
Hey, when we told our parents that when we moved to San Francisco, hey, we're done with New York. I'm moving to San Francisco with my best friend.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Hey, we love you no matter what. That's what they said.
exactly.
Yeah. I was curious. No, I'm joking.
Do you guys like get on each other's nerves? Or is it easier being best friends? You can be honest with each other. Like, is it a bit of both?
You can be brutally honest with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even say like, hey, right now I just don't even want to hear it. Just leave me the f alone. You know, and
Your face bothers me. Like,
right, you know, and it helps. And there's no like negative connotation to it. It's really, this is how I feel right now, and you need to either help me or get out of my way.
right.
Yeah.
And it makes a lot easier when you don't have to worry about someone's feelings or like state of, like we worry about that like after work. Like, so like, how's everything with like the family? How you doing? You know, we have those questions still. But like during the day, it's, all right, I know what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
So I can kind of, you know, handle it accordingly with you. So if someone's had a hard day and they come in, we already know.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I can pick up some of the slack today because of that.
Are you in the
And-
store every day?
Used to be. Now,
Used to be, yeah.
we call it, I mean, we were talking about it before, it's like graduating levels. In the beginning, to get like a sample size of when we would get the most traffic, we were open from 10 a.m. till 2 a.m. And that we were in there every single day, open to close.
Oh my God.
Until we met like the right people. Shout out to our store manager, Ty. I mean, I love you, Ty.
Ty.
Love Ty.
Shout
Thank
out.
you, Ty.
Ty, none of this would be possible without you. I swear I would never sleep.
Oh my
At
God,
all
you said you
without
have
you.
a girlfriend.
Oh, I drove her nuts. Shout out to her too. I mean,
Yeah.
she dealt with like me
Shout out to
coming
her.
home at 2 o'clock in the morning, waking her up before work. I mean,
And I mean, even more so, like, it made it even more difficult because I'm also getting my MBA from NYU.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, on
Already
top
advanced.
of, thank you, but really it's more impressive for Dave because he's had to take up the slack when I'm in class, and you know, there's a lot to deal with in a store. I mean, you asked what our day is like. I mean, some days we're in the office, but some days we're in the store. We get calls at 11:30 at night. We haven't had a weekend in a year, and the only weekend we had is because we had an event in Long Island, so we got to leave the city
Right.
to go do an event, and then we had a couple hours after to chill and like do nothing, you know.
And
So-
Mikey Davis has become so popular. Have you had an opportunity to sort of like think about where you're at and how far you guys have come so fast?
We try not to rest on our laurels. We are always thinking ahead, so like not really, but it's good to, you know, it's good to take some time to think about that
Yeah.
too.
we've been given a lot of good advice about making small decisions quickly. And we haven't always done that. We've paid for the mistakes that we've made by doing that, but when you think about it a lot, it feels good. But, you know, we let the good feelings come from people's reactions on Instagram, the stuff that they say to us in the store. That's always really nice and really helps because it was, you know, risky for us
Yeah.
in the beginning. And
Totally.
we didn't know if people would like the stuff that, you know, we created. You know, you could get shut out and say, hey, you know, your stuff, it's like great, it's healthy, but
Right.
who cares? It
I mean, it's crazy because like even like, you know, we get a lot of mostly really good reviews, but of course, you know, every business has their bad reviews, and those hurt the most. I mean, even the one, it's like all that hard work we
Right.
put into it with one person just saying like, you know, this was crap or like this is horrible, like, you know.
or healthy shit. Like,
yeah, like,
Yeah. Well, why did you
Hi.
guys decide to start it here and not in San Francisco, which is more the West Coast healthy lifestyle? Let's go back to New York and start it here. What was that decision like?
San Francisco's spoiled with it.
Yeah.
You know, New York deserves it a little bit. And, you know, it starts with, like, health trends usually honestly, I think they're born in San Francisco, moved down to LA, and then New York realizes what LA is doing.
Right.
And I was like, oh, we can do that too.
Yeah.
We're New York. We'll do it.
We'll do it. We'll be healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you can do it better than me?
Well, it's funny because when we were in San Francisco, we were building this business plan at night after our jobs, what we were doing. And we had an idea to do it as a food truck in SF,
Right.
and we were living with our third best friend at the time as well, who was kind of involved in it at that point.
You can cut out.
We have
yeah.
best friend conversation
Third best
that
friend.
you're gonna have.
Child,
We have
like,
some thoughts for you too when we were watching.
We have a lot of best friends, by the way.
Every time he sees Mike and Dave's, our friends like, damn.
It's
You have a lot of
it's
best
hard.
friends. There you go.
Of course.
You hear that out?
But like best friend, like best friend.
This is his best friend.
This is
They have a
my
business.
this is my brother.
Brother, yes. Brother from another mother.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a different type of best friend.
Exactly.
But we had built a business plan out there for this, and then we kind of brushed it under the table, just like, we just didn't follow through with it. And then we were both moving back to New York at that point. We were done with San Francisco, and I was taking a job before I was starting school. And one day, Dave and I were just hanging out, and we turned to each other. We're like, "This is ridiculous.
Right.
Like, let's just do this. Let's go for it." So we rebuilt the business plan, and at that point, it took off.
And had to like pitch it and get people to like back you and everything.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow.
I was starting job interviews,
Right.
and you send out the apps, but you got like a week or two before anybody says anything.
Right.
And Mike's like, look, we at least have this time. Pause on doing those a little bit. Like, if we get this, let's do it. If not, go take a job. It's fine.
You think ice cream, you think fun.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
Business, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna try to keep opening more shops, or like you good with the one right now and you're catering and doing?
That really, depends. It's not all up to us.
Right.
As soon as you take money from other people, you're no longer in charge, and you
Yeah.
have a duty to them.
Right.
So for
You owe me.
it's true. So it's really a team decision. We work on the front lines. We deal with the crazy stuff, and we have to, report back and make, team decisions.
But what we sort of found from, like we said, we're in the store all the time. We're doing the events ourselves, and like so many of our people love our product, but McDougal Street's kind of isolated. I mean, it's
Yeah.
in West Village. Like so many people, we've had people telling us they're coming, an hour from the Upper Side just to get the product. Like they don't want to do that every day, and we need the people to do that every day. So instead of expanding with retail, which retail is great, but it's also really difficult. I mean, rents are really expensive in New York. There's a lot of turnover. Like there's a lot to deal with, and we want to get this product to you as easily as possible as well. So, and we've had people coming from LA, Miami, random parts of the States, like
Had a few from Brazil.
from Brazil, and every single one of them, like, you guys have to open in our state.
Anyone from the Philippines?
Not from the Philippines.
Not that
we have
I
a lot
met.
of fans.
We
in the
surprisingly have a very
Philippines,
loyal contingent of fans from the Philippines. So
Yeah.
shout out to everyone
Hey,
from the
guys.
Philippines that watch our Facebook.
yeah. Can we
What up,
them
Manila?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at.
Oh
that,
yeah, I was like waiting for it. I was like, delivery service.
Well,
yeah.
that's what we're getting to, which is we're looking like most of our work recently has been into direct to consumer, looking
great.
into like getting packaging and shipping it straight to your
Insomnia,
door,
Mike and
Or
Dave.
trying to get into
Exactly.
some stores, I'm sure.
or stores. Yeah,
like
that's
or
secondary.
Whole Foods or something.
Yeah.
So for that, I mean, Whole Foods would be a different story because they're all about the quality of the product. Some, when you get picked up by retailers, they want, something that they have requirements for stabilizers. We don't like that. So, who knows how that goes, knowing that's a not negotiable for us. Like, we won't put stuff in it that makes the shelf life like 3 months. With one of our swirls, even if you take it home from the store and put it in the freezer, you got 3 weeks to a month. Like, that's enough. 3 months, you got to do some really not so cool stuff to it. And that's not why we started this. And
I love how much you know and how passionate you are about this. That's really cool, and I think it's not like you're slapping your name on it. It's like you're a part of this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And can I just say, a month ago, my girlfriend said to me, she was like, we have to go to this place, Mike and Dave.
means
And
a
I
lot
was
to
like, what is that? And we've been meaning to go for so long, and then I was like reading the guests, and I said who the guests were today, and she was like, that's the place I was telling you about. You get to eat that today?
Yeah.
Freaked out.
Oh,
So,
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Guys, thanks so much for being here.
course.
I hope you
Thank
know
you for having us.
this is awesome because we are Build Brunch to have
Delicious.
food. And also, you have a new best friend in me. I just hope you guys all know that. And I'm happy to be a part of. You want to put a Lucas component to any sort of
Oh
Mike and
my
Dave's thing.
God.
You can actually, if you create, so we say this to everybody, we've actually had, I can't take all the credit for creating the swirls. Our team that's in the store every day, we encourage them to mess around and create stuff. We've had employees come up with so many cool things that have gotten peppered into the menu. The base stuff and figuring out how the textures work and the more food science stuff behind it we do, but I can't take all the credit for that. And then if you guys do have a big following in the Philippines, I can actually sing happy birthday in Tagalog. So if anybody needs like a birthday.
Will you just do it really quick? It's somebody's birthday in the Philippines.
Right? It has to be.
has to be.
But, like, I can't sing though, so will you all forgive me for a little bit?
Please,
of
let's
that?
do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Maligayang bati.
Hey!
Maligayang bati. Maligayang bati sayo. Maligayang bati.
That was awesome. Wow, this has been such a good episode, good show.
The twist, the turn.
Twisted turns, Mike and Dave
Congratulations on all of
singing
your success.
Filipino.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Please, everyone, be sure to check out Mike and Dave's here in New York City if you haven't already. That's all from us today. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same table.
Bye, guys.